I lost over 80 pounds without a single cardio session, and I have helped dozens of men do the same. So in this video, I will show you the exact 5 steps you can use to lose belly fat in 2026 without hours on a treadmill or feeling exhausted and frustrated. Just 5 steps that actually work. And step 1 starts to solve the main reason you can run 2 hours a day and still struggle to lose belly fat. Imagine you burned 300 calories on a treadmill. Then you make a banana smoothie. Banana, protein powder, and peanut butter. That's 700 calories back in. And that's conservative at times. As the saying goes, you cannot outrun what you eat. So the first step to losing belly fat is actually eating fewer calories than you're burning, rather than just focusing on the amount of calories you burn. This will actually drive your belly fat loss, not trying to crush yourself with cardio. It's far easier to eat 300 fewer calories than to burn 300 more. Trust me, I've tried. If you want to know the exact calories you need, just fill out my free calculator like this. You'll get your calorie breakdown along with how long it's going to take you. The link is in the description below. But even when you have your calorie target, you can end up starving all day like most men. This is where step 2 comes in and makes losing belly fat feel significantly easier. Dave texted me at 6 in the morning. Mate, I'm starving. I can't even sleep. Just lying here thinking about a slice of toast. So I checked his food log, and on paper, it was your traditional healthy diet. So why was he hungry? Dave was eating clean. Oats and a banana for breakfast, salad for lunch, a bit of whole grain pasta, and more salad for dinner. But like most people trying to lose belly fat, he was making the classic mistake. Not enough protein and not enough fiber. The 2 things that actually keep you full and make staying in a calorie deficit significantly easier. So we reworked his plan. Breakfast was overnight oats with Greek yogurt and berries. Lunch, chicken and veg with a sweet potato or normal potato. Dinner, mince with beans, green veg and rice. Now he was actually eating a lot more food for the same calories. And of course, Dave stopped feeling hungry all the time. The late night cravings disappeared. Over the next few months, he dropped 29 pounds, lost his belly fat, and got into the best shape of his life at 36. So step 2 is eating more fiber and protein, building every meal around lean protein, adding high fiber carbs, and piling on the veg. If you're satisfied and no longer starving all day, sticking to your calorie deficit becomes 10 times easier. So now you know what to eat and how to keep yourself full. But if you skip step 3, you're still going to make it a lot harder to lose belly fat. Imagine you're on the sofa, Netflix is on, just 1 episode, you tell yourself. Fast forward 2 hours, you're 4 episodes deep. Autoplay just keeps rolling. Ultra-processed foods work exactly the same. Biscuits, crisps, all that stuff. They're designed to taste so good, you want to eat the whole pack and then go and buy more. Companies literally spend billions crafting the texture, mouthfeel, the exact flavor combo to keep you coming back for more. They override your I'm full signals and are made not to fill you up, so you get through the pack. Just like Netflix wants you to binge watch. So step 3 is limiting ultra processed foods to make losing belly fat feel far easier. Most of your meals should be simple 1 ingredient foods. Combos obviously, meat, fish, eggs, potatoes, oats, fruit, veg, just real food. Then the ultra processed food. You can save it for 10 to 20% of your diet if you actually like that kind of stuff. It's it's not essential. Here's something I want you to try this week. Swap 3 of your usual ultra-processed foods for more whole foods. You can swap your wrap for a baked potato, and yes, wraps are ultra-processed. Ditch the protein bar for some Greek yogurt, and instead of your ready meal, make the meal from scratch. Remember, we are talking about the same calories, but with a completely different experience. When you cut back on ultra-processed foods, it gets way easier to stay full and actually stick to your calorie deficit, and you just don't get as many cravings. So let's say you've sorted all that and the weight is finally coming off. The next step is non-negotiable, unless you want to quit before you actually start losing your belly fat. My client James came to me a couple of months ago after he had dropped 20 pounds. I started to wonder, why are we even talking? Then he said, yeah, I'm lighter, but I still look soft and don't feel strong. Do I have to get even leaner? We talked it through, and it turned out he wasn't doing any real strength training, just doing circuits and loads of cardio. And like most men I speak to, James wanted to lose the fat first. That's the classic skinny fat trap, and you just end up a smaller version of the exact same shape. And if you want that, that's completely fine. But 2 months later, James is building muscle, getting stronger, and losing belly fat. So step 4 is to train to build muscle with progressive strength training, not to burn the most amount of calories. Even though losing belly fat is your number 1 goal, you want to, at the very least, make sure you're maintaining the muscle you have. And I tell this to every single person I speak to, even my clients in their 70s. All it takes is 2 to 4 focused strength training sessions a week, lasting anywhere between 30 to 60 minutes. Of course, in these sessions, you need to try and add reps or a little more weight over time. You need to challenge your body in order for it to build muscle. And look, like I always say, you don't need cardio to lose belly fat, but the last step I'm going to walk you through will speed everything up. For this last step, I want you to think about your body like a heating system with one of those smart thermometers. When the bill starts creeping up, the thermostat doesn't just switch off. It quietly reduces the heat a bit at a time. Most of the time, you don't even notice until you're suddenly freezing. Your body does the same when you're dieting. It quietly dials down how much you move, and you end up burning way fewer calories without even realizing. So you end up taking the lift instead of the stairs, sit more, drive when you could walk. No one decides to just move less. It just happens, and it's normal. So if you want to make losing your belly fat feel even easier, add in step 5, which is to walk more. There's no need to jump from barely moving to 10,000 steps a day. Gradually build it up. Let's say you're averaging 3,000 steps a day. Try aiming for 5,000. When you can consistently hit 5K and it doesn't turn your life upside down, aim for 7K. Then keep going until you feel you're at a level where it's doable in the long run. Maybe 8,000 steps or even 12,000. Yes, technically walking is cardio, but it's low effort and you won't feel drained or get crazy hungry, but it will speed everything else up. If you follow these 5 steps, you'll lose belly fat in 2026 without long runs, sprints, or HIIT. And I'm saying this because I've worked with over 200 men, and none of them had to go for long runs unless they just loved running or wanted to focus on their fitness alongside losing belly fat. They didn't do cardio for fat loss. And if you want me to guide you through every step and make sure you lose your belly fat for good in 2026, just like Hossam, Dave, Gareth, and many others, click the link below and apply to work with me. And if you're already losing your belly fat, I want to make sure you see your abs when it's gone. These 2 exercises are a must, and I go through them in this video right here. Click through and I'll see you there.